Hey guys, what is up? What is up? So good to see you guys on this Saturday in July. Thank you guys for always coming to hang out with me, chat with me, share your experiences with me, and allow me to share information and experiences with you. I think these lives have really become like my favorite part of signing agent basics, being able to interact with you guys on a regular basis and just getting to talk to all of y'all. It's really exciting. For those of you who may not know, I've been a signing agent for like 15 years. And honestly, when I first started, every signing agent was kind of like an island. We didn't have all of the groups and YouTube stuff and different ways to interact. So when you became a signing agent way back in the day, when I became a signing agent, you were just kind of on your own unless you accidentally ran into another signing agent. So to have a large signing agent community, to be able to hang out with you guys and talk with you guys and share information with you guys is always super, super, super exciting to me. So I'm excited to come and talk with you guys today. I already know what's on everybody's mind, which is why I decided to come live and talk about things being slow in the signing agent business and in the signing agent industry. Last month, I kind of talked about it or prefaced it a little bit because I know things really kind of came to a halt after about a year and a half of unprecedented amounts of transactions and unprecedented amounts of business. It all just kind of went skirt. And so I know a lot of people were freaking out, but last month's Q&A or last month's live, I was just talking about how this is all just a natural part of the business, to not freak out, that no matter what's going on, there's always buying, selling, and refinancing. But that doesn't mean that things don't get a little bit slower. So, of course, especially for signing agents who are new or newer, especially for people who became signing agents after COVID hit, because guys, really, these last couple of years have been very abnormal. These have not been normal years in the signing agent business. So if you became a signing agent in the last 2 years, you haven't seen a normal year. So I definitely wanted to kind of come on and give folks some hints and some tips and some instructions on what to do when things do get slow. Now, I do have several links that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and they are actually right now in the description box of this YouTube video. And I know some people are like, well, where the heck is the description box? So before we even get started, because I know I'm going to be telling you guys about some different links, I want to make sure that everyone knows how to find that description box. So if you are looking at this video on YouTube on a computer, underneath the video, you'll see where it says Signing Agent Basics, and then it says, join me for this live stream. Underneath that, you see the words see more. You will have to click see more to see more of the stuff that is down in the description box. And if you are watching this maybe on your cell phone or your mobile device, it's a little bit different. Instead of the words see more, you'll see this little down arrow. It's the same thing as that see more link that we just saw a second ago. So to see all of the information that is in the description box, if you are on your mobile device, you will click this little down arrow. If you are on a laptop or a desktop computer, you would click see more. And then when you do that, you are going to see all of the different information that is in the description box and all of the different links and things that I'm going to be talking about in this video will be found in that description box. So I wanted to make sure I showed you guys where that was at. I'm probably going to show you guys one more time at the end for the folks who come on a little bit later. But that way, as I'm going through and as I say, there's a link in the description box, you guys know how to find it. All right. So we are going to get started. And again, guys, in this live stream video, we're going to talk about what to do when signing agent business is slow. Because here's the deal, guys. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what industry you are in. There's always going to be busier times and there's going to be slower times. And if you've made the decision to be a signing agent full time, or if you've made the decision to be a part-time signing agent who is really counting on, your income from your signing agent business, you first need to understand that there's going to be ups, downs, there's going to be better times, there's going to be slower times. And you also need to understand that there are things that you can do when it is slower to help prepare and position yourself and your business so that when it picks back up, you will still be in good shape. But before I go on talking about all that stuff, do me a favor, guys. Please go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. Guys, when you hit the like button, that lets the algorithm know that you like these types of videos. It will show you these types of videos. It also lets me know that you guys like these types of videos so that I will continue to make these types of videos for you. So please go ahead, hit that like button, and then make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Again, guys, I go live once a month now, and then I drop other things periodically. When you hit the subscribe button and when you hit the notification bell, you will be notified so that you don't miss out on any of the things that I have, especially for each and every one of you. And then, as always, I am super excited to see everybody on, and I'm always kind of nosy. I want to know who you are and where you are joining from. So if you haven't done so already, do me a favor. In the chat, tell me what city and state you are in, and then tell me whether you are an aspiring signing agent, a new signing agent, or a veteran signing agent. So an aspiring signing agent means you're kind of just checking this whole thing out. You haven't done any loan signings yet. You're just trying to get it all figured out. A new signing agent is somebody who's been doing this for a year or less. And my veterans are going to be the folks who have been doing this for more than a year. So if you would, in the chat, go ahead, tell me those things. And then, yes, guys, as always, the replay of this video will be available here on YouTube. The chat comments will be available. I'm going to do my best to answer everybody's questions as we're going through the video. But if for some reason I don't answer your question during the live, or if you're watching this during the replay, feel free to still put your questions in the chat. And then I will go back and answer those questions when I can. Let's see who we've got hanging out with us. Tanya Rogers is here. I think she was the first person, came in the room. She was excited. She was ready. We've got Miss Crystal here. This is one of my students. Super excited to see Crystal. We've got Detavi. We've got, let's see, Agape Signings in the house. We have got, who else? We've got Tammy from Arizona. Hey, Tammy. We've got Leonia from Michigan. Good to see you. Shawan, another one of my students, is in the house. Good to see you. David Lewis, love the last name, here from Houston, Texas. He's a veteran, been doing this for 2 years. Leonia wanted to say she's also a veteran. We've got Cindy. She's a signing agent here in the great state of Texas. For those of you who don't know, I'm a Texas notary. I'm a Texas signing agent. So super excited to see you. We've got Denise saying hi. We've got Roni from Detroit, Michigan. I know lots of people from Detroit. I'm going to go visit. That must be a cool place. We've got folks here from Charlotte. We've got a veteran from Denver, Colorado. We've got Whitley from Austin. We've got JR here, actually one of my new students who just signed up. JR, I want to see you on our Q&A later today. He is in South Carolina. Guys, as you're coming in, keep telling me where you're from, your city and state, and let me know whether or not you are an aspiring agent, whether or not you are a new signing agent with a year or less in this game, or if you are a veteran signing agent with more than a year. But guys, wherever you're from, however long you've been doing this, I absolutely am so excited to have you on this live stream with me today. And then I already said it, but just as a reminder, guys, I am going to have a Q&A session at the end of the video where I'll be trying to answer as many of your questions as possible. I probably won't address a lot of questions during my presentation just because I'll get off track. So if you can hold your questions until the end, that will help me out tremendously. And then that way I'll make sure not to miss anyone. And I'm going to try to stay on the subject of the video, but again, feel free to ask questions, guys, and I will do my best to answer them. And I may not be able to answer all of the questions during the video, but that's okay. I'm going to go back. If for some reason I miss your question, I'm going to do my very best to come back later on and answer in the comments. And the last thing I want to remind you guys about before we get started is my free new signing agent checklist. There is a link to this checklist in the description box. If you are a new or an aspiring signing agent, I really encourage you to download that checklist. One of the things that new signing agents are always concerned about is, have I done everything I need to do to get started as a signing agent? Did I miss anything? So I've got a checklist for you guys where you can check the different steps off as you are going through to become a signing agent to make sure that you don't miss any of the crucial steps needed. Again, there is a link for that checklist down in the description box. All right, so again, I think many of you kind of know my story, but for the ones of you who don't, I became a signing agent in 2007. And for those of you who don't remember, that's actually when we had a really, really big mortgage crash. So what happened? People stopped doing transactions, or transactions slowed down, because again, transactions are always going on. There's always buying, selling, and refinancing, but things slowed down tremendously. And in that time, people were saying a lot of the things that people are saying now. In 2007, people were saying, oh my gosh, the signing agent industry is ending. We've got this mortgage crash. There's no more signing agent business out there. And so tons and tons of signing agents were getting out of the signing agent industry. Well, at that time, that's when I was coming in. And I honestly, guys, got tons and tons of business at a time when most people were saying that it was slow, and at a time when most people were getting out of the business. So you're probably going like, okay, well, how did you do that? Like what's going on? How did you get business when other people weren't? And it was really a couple of different things. And these are the things, guys, that I really believe are going to serve you in this slowdown. One, I did my best to be the very best signing agent out there. Again, guys, the very best will always get business. You know, when there's tons of business available, you can get away with honestly not being that great. You can get away with not being able to give a good description of the documents. You can get away with making mistakes on the notarizations and in the documents just because there's that much business out there. But when things slow down, companies have a choice. They know who the better signing agents are. And they're going to start focusing on only sending their business to those better signing agents. So, one of the things that really helped me is the fact that I went in with the intention of being the best, having as close to a zero rate of errors as possible, being able to give a good description of the documents, and being able to get through the signings in a timely manner. And then the second thing that really helped me was a lot of other signing agents were quitting. Again, when it slows down, a lot of people who are only seasonal or a lot of people who don't take the signing agent business seriously end up getting out. But that's a good thing for those of you who take the business seriously, because that means that there is less competition for you. So, things are a little bit slower right now. We all know this. It's absolutely a little bit slower right now. So, what should you be doing? Because I know a lot of times when it gets slow, our first gut reaction is honestly to kind of freak out a little bit. Even though I've been doing this for 15 years, when I kind of realize, it's been a little slow, even I get a little moment of, but then I remember, then I realize slow times are normal. And then I start doing the different things that I'm going to talk to you guys about to do when it is slow. So you really have three different options of what to do when things slow down. The one thing that you can do is diversify. And by diversify, that is gain new skills and offer additional services. And I'm going to give you guys some examples of things that you can do to diversify. The second thing that you can do is improve. Improve your skills. Get better at what you are already doing. Because again, guys, the best, the excellent and above average signing agents are the ones who will get work, whether it's busy or whether it's slow. And also under that improve is marketing for more clients. Again, the more clients that you have, the more spread out your client base is, the more likely you are to continue to get consistent business. Because if you only have one or two clients and things slow down for them, well, it's going to slow down for you. But if you've got 10 or 15 clients and things slow down, that's okay. You still have enough clients that even if they're only sending you a few deals, you're still getting consistent deals. So you can diversify, that's one thing. You can improve, that's another thing. Or the third thing is diversify and improve. Because again, guys, this is a business. So you want to do the things that are going to keep your business running the way that you want it to run, which is continuing to bring in money. Because let's be real, we all want to make money. Amen. All right. So under the diversify section, I always like to think of what is the easiest thing that I can do with what I already have or with what I already know. And since all of you, if you are a signing agent, you are also a notary public. As a notary public, you can notarize any document that needs notarization. So you can do what's called general notary work. Now, as loan signing agents, we specialize in notarizing loan documents, real estate documents. We specialize in being able to explain those documents, but that's not all that we can do. You can do notarizations for any other type of document, just about, that needs to be notarized. So, what you need to do in order to capitalize on being able to do general notary work, though, is you need to start specifically marketing for general notary work. And one of the things that I want to tell you guys is none of these things are get rich quick. Okay. None of these things are, oh, I'm just going to sign up on a website or two and money's just going to magically fall in my lap. With all of these different things that I'm telling you about, guys, it is still a business, which means that you are still going to have to put work and effort into it. But for general notary work, all you have to do is market for general notary work. And most of you have been focusing on marketing for signing agent work. Well, you just need to shift your efforts and market for general notary work. So let's talk about that word marketing, because people usually get freaked out when they hear the word marketing and they're not quite sure what marketing means. All marketing means is telling people about your business or service, telling people that you are available to provide this business or service. There is no one magic way to market. And honestly, the more ways you market, the better. And it's the same thing for general notary work. You can set up a website, like a Google My Business page. Absolutely. You can pass out business cards. You can pass out flyers. I personally since I'm going to be offering, or since you would think about offering general notary work mobily, I would love to do general notary work for people in my general area. I'd rather meet with people that are close to me than people who are far away from me. So, one of the ways that you can market to people in your general area is through neighborhood apps like the Next Door app. There's all kinds of different ways, guys, that you can market for general notary work. So this is where you got to get your business brain turned on. This is where you have to start thinking, okay, what kind of documents do people need notarized? And how do I let these people know that I am available to notarize their documents? That is all that marketing is. And again, there's no one right way to do it. You can market for your general notary business however you like. Now, one thing I will remind you to do, and I always say this over and over again to my students, is always check your state notary law. Usually, if people are coming to you in order to get their documents notarized, you are not able to charge any type of a travel fee, and you will only be able to charge what your state allows per notarization. Now, if you are meeting the signer somewhere else, then you are often able to charge a travel fee. But again, check your state notary law to see what type of travel fees you can charge, the amounts for travel fees, limits for travel fees, all that kind of good stuff, guys. Because again, you want to make sure that you are always running your business legally and under compliance, under the law for your state. And that is going to be different in each and every state. So make sure that you look up for yourself what travel fees you can charge. And then, guys, again, you're already a notary public. You are already able to notarize documents. So market for general notary work. Now, another thing, though, that I also want to remind you about and I want to caution you about is, as a notary public, it is not your job to draw up documents. It is not your job to recommend documents, and it is not your job to explain documents. So don't get yourself in trouble by trying to help people find documents or by trying to help people draw up documents or any of that type of stuff. People should be bringing the documents to you already ready to go. And then if it doesn't have a particular notary certificate on it, a jurat or acknowledgement, you can explain the difference between those two types of certificates to the signers and ask them which they would prefer. Now, while I don't specifically teach general notary work in my signing agent advanced training program, that is something that I can help my exclusive and elite level students with. But again, guys, just check out your state notary law and follow your state notary law. But for everybody who is a signing agent, if things are slow, one thing that I always absolutely recommend, since you're already a notary public, get on that general notary work. Are any of you guys already doing general notary work? If you are, let me know in the chat. I'm just curious, who does general notary work? Now, another thing that you can do as a signing agent is field inspections. And actually, you don't have to be a notary public. You don't have to be a signing agent in order to do field inspections. So for those of you who are curious, you're like, well, what the heck is a field inspection? Well, there's different companies out there that hire professionals to go out, take photos, and do basic inspections of real estate or automobiles. They may just want to know what the general condition of the house is, or the lot is, or the car is. There's some companies that after people have been in accidents in their vehicles, they need somebody to just go out and take photos of the condition of the vehicle, all kinds of different things. So that type of work is called field inspection work. Now, there are some different companies, and again, I've got links in the description box to a few different companies that if you are interested in doing field inspections, you can check out. The first link that you're going to want to check out is the Society of Field Inspectors. Make sure that you check them out. One that I know a lot of people who are in the signing agent industry sign up with is a company called We Go Look. And again, there is a link to We Go Look in the description box. Another company that does field inspections is a company called Comply Track. So you'll want to make sure to check out those three companies definitely to get information on being able to do field inspections. Now, while you generally don't have to purchase like a lot of specialized equipment or pay for really specialized training or licensing, just know that each company will probably have some little training that they will want you to go through or read through or understand to make sure that you know how to complete their field inspections properly. But other than that, all you really need to do field inspections is a good camera, which most of us already have on our cell phones. Some of them may need you to have like a tape measure or, something that you can use to show size and scale of some of the different things that you are inspecting. Some of the companies may have you write up some very basic reports. So there may be a little bit of a learning curve, guys, but again, doing field inspections really is not difficult. And again, you can sign up on websites and companies can send you requests when they have those requests in your area. Now, they generally don't pay as much as a loan signing. So loan signings on average are probably somewhere between, if you're working with a signing company, between $75 and $100. Field inspections are usually under $100, but they don't take very long to do. And a lot of time with field inspections, guys, you can do them. They give you like a block of time to do them on. So it's not like you have to do it necessarily on a particular day at a particular time. You just have to get it done by a certain time. So for a lot of people who do field inspections, they'll usually try to get several of them for the same day and then kind of go knock them all out at the same time. So that way they're kind of conserving on gas. But this is something else, guys, that you can do if your signing agent business is a little bit slow. So if there's anybody doing field inspections, let me know. Tell me in the chat if you are also doing field inspections. And if you are doing inspections, let us know. Who are you going through? Like I said, I think a lot of people use We Go Look, but definitely check out those other links that I have for you in the description box. Now, another thing that you can do is fingerprinting. So some companies have job positions that require that their employees get fingerprinted. There are some industries that require that their employees get fingerprinted. And just like everything else, guys, we all love stuff mobily. We all love it when people come to us. So you can offer mobile fingerprinting services. Now, fingerprinting can be done the traditional way with ink and paper, and it can also be done electronically. Now, the thing about fingerprinting, and the reason why I kind of had this as my third thing is, depending on where you are and who you're working with, you may need some specialized training. You may need certain licenses in your state. You may need some specialized equipment, especially if you're doing fingerprinting electronically and not just with ink and paper. But this is another area that a lot of people who are already self-employed, this is another area that a lot of people who are used to being business owners, when things get slow, they do look into learning how to do fingerprinting and offering mobile fingerprinting services. So actually, one of my students from the Signing Agent Advanced Training Program, he has a YouTube channel called Fingerprinting Gurus, where he talks about how to get started with fingerprinting, some of the best practices for fingerprinting, how to get fingerprinting business, all of that good stuff. Guess what? I've got a link to his YouTube channel in the description box. Make sure you check that link out, guys. Again, this may be a great additional stream of income that you can add to your business, especially if your signing agent business is a little bit slower right now. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, another avenue, something else that you can do when signing agent business is a little bit slow, is apostille work. Now, people are usually like, what the heck is an apostille? Well, sometimes people have official documents that need to be signed and sent between countries. They're in the US, but they need to send an official document over to Germany or something like that. So an apostille is a certificate that's issued by a government agency that verifies the signature of a notary public or other public official. So, guys, listen, one of the things you need to realize when you are doing apostille work or when you're offering apostille services is that you, as the notary public, cannot actually issue the apostille, but you can earn extra income by assisting customers and getting their documents in the correct form to be accepted by the agency that issues apostille. So you can already tell, guys, from that description, in order for you to do apostille work, in order for you to offer apostille services, you have got some learning and some training that you need to do yourself. So again, that's kind of why I have this at the end of the list, because this is, again, something that you're going to have to put some more effort into to get the training, to get the knowledge that you need to do this right. Because again, guys, one of the things, no matter what you're doing, that I always tell people is super important to your success is to make sure that you are the best and to make sure that you are error free. Again, guys, these are obviously very, very important documents. You want to make sure from the very first document that you help to get an apostille done on that you are getting it done right, so that it doesn't slow down things for the customer, that it doesn't cause any issues for the customer. So I encourage you, before you try to go out and do apostille work, make sure that you are getting good training so that you can do it right from the very beginning. And again, guys, in the description box, I've got a link to an article from the National Notary Association that will help give you the first steps on learning how to offer apostille services. But that is just another way that you can diversify your services when signing agent business is low. And another thing that you can do, I don't have a slide for it. In some states, you can also officiate weddings. Now, I don't believe we can do that here in Texas, but there are some states where you can officiate weddings. And I know there's people out there who do it and they love it. So if that's something that you are interested in as well, that's another way that you can diversify your services to make money when signing agent business is slow. I'm just scrolling through the chat. I see people who do get requests for fingerprinting. So again, guys, this is something great that you can do if signing agent business is a little bit slow. I see folks who are doing general notary work and inspection. So guys, I'm telling you, these are all things that you can do to diversify your service. So if the signing agent business is slow, that's all right. You've got these other things out there that you can do. Now, I told you guys, you can diversify, but you can also improve. So people always ask me, people always want to know, Kendra, what do you do? I simply improve. I personally do not do a lot of general notary work. I don't really market for general notary work. I don't do field inspections. I don't do fingerprinting. I don't offer apostille services. Nothing wrong with any of those things. I don't do them. My goal from day one has just always been to be the very best signing agent out there because, again, there is buying, selling, and refinancing going on every single day, no matter what is going on with the market. And there is always a notary public needed to notarize the documents in those packages. So I personally just work on improving. Now, before I go into some of the different things that I do to just improve myself during those slow times, one of the things that I want to remind everybody, or a couple of the things that I want to remind everyone, is we need to be prepared. Again, there is always busier times and slower times. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not a scary thing. That's just how it is. It's like that in every industry with every business. So you need to mentally prepare yourself for the fact that it's going to be slower sometimes. Then you need to make sure that you save financially. Again, one of the things, one of the mistakes that new people coming into the industry make is that once their business starts getting consistent, they kind of assume that it's going to be consistent like that all of the time. But again, you're going to have better months and you're going to have slower months. So always make sure that you are setting money aside, guys. Your goal is to have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, as many months worth of income saved up so that when things do get slow, you're not feeling the pressure financially, that you've got that money set aside for those slower times. And guys, you want to make sure that you have a plan. When it gets slow is not the time to try to figure out what am I going to do before it gets slow, because it will get slow sometimes, guys. You need to set in your mind what your plan is going to be. But again, one of the things I want to remind you, don't be scared. You cannot be moved by fear. We make bad decisions when we're scared. We make wrong moves when we are afraid. So again, I know it's hard, especially when you hit that first time in a slow period as a new signing agent. But the biggest thing to remember is don't be moved by fear. Stay consistent, save financially, have a plan, and then follow that plan. So again, one of the things that you can always do is get more training. And that doesn't necessarily mean paid training, although if you never got paid training, that may be an option for you. But remember that you can always get better. Again, when there's lots of business, even the not so good signing agents will get work. But when business is slower, companies are only going to pick the best to do their signing. So by training, like I said, while it could be paid training, you can also train yourself. Go back through the signings, even if it's just mentally, and look at how those signings went. And talk to yourself and be like, what could I have done better? Did this person have questions that I wasn't able to help get resolved? Is there anything that I could have done to better prepare for these signings? This is the time, guys, to really start looking at your system, to start looking at your processes. Did you make mistakes? Is there something that you can do to help you to prevent making those mistakes in the future? So to give you guys some examples of processes that I set in place for myself is I always do my signings the exact same way. I make sure to prepare my notary book ahead of time, prepare my notary journal ahead of time. I make sure to get the signer's ID very first thing before I do anything else. I'm looking at that ID to verify that it meets my state's requirements for notarization, and also that the names match the documents and that it's not expired and all that good stuff. I go over the CD as one of my very first documents. And if there's money due on the CD, I collect that money right then. I never wait until the end. I do things the exact same way every single time. I check and double check my documents while I'm sitting at the table. Guys, I do every signing the exact same way every single time. And what that does is that helps me to not miss things. It helps me to not make mistakes. So one of the things that you can think about in these slow times is how can I improve my process? Set up a process for yourself so that you do your signings the exact same way every single time, because that will help you to decrease your error rate, which will help you to be a better signing agent, which will get you more business in the future. Do more research on some of these documents so that you understand them a little better, so that you can give a brief description of those documents better. Do you feel like you are too wordy in a signing? Figure out how to condense your descriptions. Do you feel like you allow the signers to take over the signings too much? Figure out how to make sure that you stay in control of the signing. So again, guys, when I say get more training, I'm not just automatically saying paid training, but this is your business. You need to train yourself to run your business properly. And again, if you do need paid training, if you're like, I don't have any clue on how to do this any better, then now is the time to work on that. Then the next thing, guys, that you're going to want to do is step up your marketing. You will want to do two things. You're going to want to first solidify relationships with the companies that you are currently working with. When things get slower, this is the time to reach out to the people who have sent you business and just say, hey, I'm just checking in, just letting you know I'm still here. I love working with you guys. You are my favorite client. You can tell all of them that they're your favorite client, but you are my favorite client. Is there anything that I can do to assist you? Is there anything different I can do? Is there anything that you would prefer that I do? Don't neglect your current relationships. If things have gotten slower with them, that just means that you need to reach out and figure out what you need to do to solidify that relationship. And again, even if it's just touching base to let them know that you are still here available for signings, that really does go a long way. Because again, guys, in times like this, a lot of signing agents are getting out of the business. So you want to make sure that your main clients or the people who have sent you business in the past, and that's whether that's direct business clients or signing service clients, you want to reach out to them and let them know that you are still here, you're still doing signings, you still love working with them. And then, of course, guys, you are going to want to build new relationships with new companies. When you're busy, when you've got signings coming in right and left, you may not have the time to devote to going out and marketing. But now, when things are a little bit slower, you have the time. So you're going to want to go out, market to new people. And again, I know marketing is sometimes uncomfortable. Talking to people can sometimes be uncomfortable. Hearing people tell you no sometimes, because you're going to hear no, can be uncomfortable. But here's the deal. The work and the effort that you put into marketing today is going to bear fruit 30, 60, 90 days from today. So while it's slower, this is the perfect time to step up your marketing. And again, for those of you who are unsure on how to market directly to people in the title and real estate industries, that is something that I help with, I assist with in my Signing Agent Advanced training program. But look, the bottom line, guys, is you want to make friends with people who can send you business. And I tell you in my training program the tips and the tricks and the things that I've done to make friends with people in the industry so that they will send me business. But you definitely, guys, want to step up your marketing. And again, seasonal signing agents will quit. Sounds bad to say it, but this is the reality. Not everybody who became a signing agent really became a signing agent for the long haul. There was a lot of people who became signing agents just because it was so busy and there was so much business out there, but they really weren't interested in putting in the work that it takes to maintain a signing agent business for the long run. So this is the perfect opportunity for those of you who are here for the long run. As those seasonal signing agents quit, this is going to mean more work for you. And again, it may be for you like it was for me in 2007, where everybody else is complaining about it being slow. But because so many signing agents are getting out, you are getting tons and tons of work. So I promise you guys, if you continue to stick it out, you continue to do the right things, you will get business. And again, my biggest final tip is to think outside the box. Guys, you are an entrepreneur. When you decided to become a signing agent, you are basically saying, I am starting a business. While there may be, people who can assist and give you ideas, and you can look at things that other people have done, you can still think outside of the box and come up with other ideas and do other things that other people haven't done. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need anybody else to say, this is what you can do. If you have a great idea, do it. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Think outside the box, build your own business ideas, guys, because again, your signing agent business is just that. It is your business, and you can make your business succeed in whatever way works best for you. As always, guys, I've talked a lot. I've talked a ton. Those are my best tips, guys, really and truly. on what to do when signing agent business gets slow. So now this is the opportunity. If any of you guys have any particular questions, whether it's on what to do when signing agent business are slow, or even if it's just a general signing agent question, you can go ahead and put that in the chat right now. And again, I just want to remind you folks, for maybe those of you who came in a little bit late, and I was talking about all of these links that are in the description box. Again, because people always are asking, where is the description box? So if you are watching this video on YouTube, look underneath the video. You're going to see the words see more. Make sure you click on those words see more. That's going to open up more information for you, and you will be able to see all of the different links that I talked about in this video. Again, if you are looking at this on a mobile device, you're going to see a little down arrow. Click on that little down arrow. That's going to open up that description box so that you can see all of the links. And then when you click on either see more or you click on that down arrow, you're going to see all of the information in the description box, and you are going to see the different links to the different things that I talked about in this video. So make sure that you check it out. All right, so let's see if we've got any questions up here. JR says he's a ball of nerves. How do you access the materials that you need to learn? So again, if you are in my Signing Agent Advanced training program, all of the training is housed in a private Facebook group. In that private Facebook group, there's a link at the top that's called guides. And in that section, you just click on it. Everything is in order for you. I've got tons of videos. There's over 50 hours of video, and more video is added every month as I do the Q&A. There's printable links, things for you to print out. There's actually 2 full packages, loan packages with explanation. I've got sample videos for you in there, mock videos. I've got all the videos in the world. Like I said, there's literally over 50 hours of videos. So just make sure you click on that guides section. But then for anybody who has nerves, first of all, just realize nerves are normal. You are going to be nervous. Anytime, I'm sure if any of you started a new job, you were nervous. Remember the first day of school when we were kids? You were nervous. Remember the first time you tried to drive a car? You were nervous. You're going to be nervous. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you do to get over those nerves is to first prepare. And again, that probably means training if you don't have any other signing agent, mortgage, or real estate experience. And then you just got to get out there and do it. You're never going to get over the nerves if you don't go out and do it. I promise you, you're going to make it through. I promise you, you're going to be okay. And I promise you, you're going to look back on it and go, that wasn't even that bad. So you can get over the nerves. You just got to do it. Stephanie wants to know, when is my next training session? So for my Signing Agent Advanced training program, the training is at your own pace. So it's pre-recorded videos along with printable training materials. People who are in my exclusive and my elite level, they also do get monthly Q&A sessions, and those monthly Q&A sessions are held on the second Saturday of every month. So if you check, that's actually today. So my exclusive and elite members, we're actually going to meet in a few hours for a live Q&A session. But the main part of the training is at your own pace. And again, exclusive and elite members can also email me, message me at any time if they have questions. I've had students literally message me or send me an email at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've replied back to their message because I'm there to assist them if they have any questions. So basically, the training is whenever you are ready to start. Let's see. We've got another question here. When you're reaching out to market to clients, do you send gifts or do you reach out to them via email? So I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a fan of gifts. It doesn't hurt anything, but I promise you there is nothing that you're bringing them that they don't already have and have better of in their title offices. Most of these title offices, especially if they're bigger offices, nationwide offices, they actually have marketing departments. And their marketing departments buys food and champagne and candy and all this stuff. Nobody's going to give you business just because you bring them a goodie bag. As I teach my students, people give you business because they like you and because you are friends. So the thing that you need to do is spend your energy, spend your time becoming friends with these people. And again, in my training, I give you steps on different things that you can do to become friends. Now, does it hurt to bring a goodie bag? No. But nobody gives you business just because you brought them a $5 goodie bag with stuff from the Dollar Tree. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt. And if you really want to do it, go for it. And then also, do I reach out via email? It is much better to reach out in person, okay? Because again, think about, and this was another example I gave my students. We all have maybe those friends from high school, especially ladies who, now they're selling some kind of tea or some kind of wraps or whatever. And what do? They message you on Facebook Messenger. Hey girl, we haven't talked in forever. You want to buy this tea that I'm selling now? What do most of us say? No, because we don't want their tea. And they didn't even bother to call us up. They sent us a message. It's very impersonal to send an email. Again, when you're marketing for direct business, you want to make friends. How do you make friends? I assist with that in the direct marketing modules in my Signing Agent Advanced training program. But again, emails don't make you friends. Goodie bags don't make you friends. Building relationship makes friends. And then when you got a real estate agent who you're friendly with, they will send you business. When you have an escrow officer that you are friendly with, they will send you business. So that's my secret. Again, does it hurt to send emails? No. Does it hurt to give goodie bags? No. But do not count on goodie bags and emails getting you direct business. All right, let's see what else we've got. Let's see. For my course, do you always have access to contact you, and how often is the course updated? So yes, members of my exclusive and elite level, your access to ask me questions via email and messenger never expires. Now, what I find is the more experience you have, the more signings you do, you don't need me as much, but I'm still here whenever you have questions. And I do have students who occasionally, they've been students for 2-3 years now, who will occasionally reach out to me with different questions that they have. And they're usually kind of more advanced questions like, I have this opportunity with this one title company and a different opportunity with another title company. What do you think? I'm still here for them to chat with and to get advice and mentoring from via email and messenger. So your access to me never expires. Your access to the training never expires. And my course is updated periodically. It just depends. So I recently, in March, redid all of the basic training. It was the Signing Agent Basics Boot Camp. And so now my exclusive and elite students have access to the original training that I did, and they also have access to the boot camp training that I did. We've got our monthly live Q&As. So every month, and again, we've got one today, I go over any questions they have, any updates that I may have for them. And then as I see things that need to be updated, I go ahead and put those in modules and mini modules. So I update as I see things need to be updated, and my students can reach me at any time. Awesome. Great question. Let's see what else we've got. I've been doing general notary work as an independent contractor, Ron, and that's a remote online notary for those of you who don't know. Wondering if it's a good idea to market direct for Ron only. Please give my thoughts about marketing my business as Ron only. So are you saying that you only want to do Ron work? If that's the case, that's fine. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong answer as far as how to run your business. I know several people who only do online notarizations. If you guys are not following Catherine Cabrera with the Remote Online Notarization Network, I highly recommend that you follow her. She is a full-time online notary. That's all she does. She doesn't do any face-to-face notarizations. So she does that full-time. She markets for online notary work business. All she does is online notary work business. So Do I think it's a good idea? If you are willing to put the work into it, absolutely. You can make any business successful. You can do anything you want to do. But the thing is, you have to put the work into it to make it work. So if you like online notarization, if doing online notarizations is something that you really feel strongly about, yes, you can be successful only doing online notarization. So Sharonda, if that didn't answer your question, let me know. Hopefully it did, though. Awesome. Great question. Because I do get that from people quite a bit. How do you reach out to your clients that keep you busy? How do you reach out to your friends? Again, y'all be trying to make this difficult. Think of your direct business clients as your friends. How do you reach out to your friends? I call my friends. If I have a girlfriend that I want to talk to, I pick up my phone and I call her. And it is the same thing with direct business, guys. I know, we've kind of moved into this technology age. We're not as comfortable talking to people as we used to be. We want to just send emails and messages and that kind of stuff. But again, real estate, mortgage, all of that stuff is still very old school. It is still very pick up the phone and talk to people. Another thing that I do, and this was actually something I demonstrated to one of my students with a one-on-one, I actually got a call from one of my direct business clients while I was doing a video one-on-one with one of my students. And whenever I talk to my clients, and I've been working with these folks now for 5, 6, 7, 10 years, I still have a little personal conversation with whoever it is that I'm talking to. So the young lady who called me yesterday, her name was Betsy. So I was like, hey, Betsy, girl, how are you doing? Are things slow for you? Have you been getting time off? Did you have fun for the 4th of July? Blah, blah, blah. I talk to them. Have a personal conversation. Again, that word marketing freaks people out, but all it is making friends. And again, the companies that I work with, they like me personally. We have a personal relationship because I'm constantly having these types of conversations with them. So I call my clients. If I can't reach them by phone, then yes, I'll send an email, because one of my clients is not even here in the city. So I couldn't even walk into their office if I wanted to. Another one of my clients is here in the city. So if I happen to be in that area, I'll just stop by and say, hey. And again, I'm not bringing goodie bags. I'm not bringing stuff. I'm just stopping in to say hey and chit chat with them for a little bit. So again, guys, don't overthink this. Don't make this more difficult than it is. It is really as simple as making friends. And then we've got a question. How do you get started in fingerprints? I've seen notaries do this. I'm going to tell you, I have no clue because I don't do it. But click the link in the description box. You can go to the Fingerprinting Gurus YouTube channel. Tommy Watkins is the gentleman who does that. He's actually one of my Signing Agent Advanced students, and he's got tons and tons of videos about fingerprinting. So that would definitely be a great resource for you to get information on fingerprinting. Guys, I think that is all of the questions. If anybody's got any questions, put them in now if you want me to answer live. I'm just going to scroll up real quick, make sure that I didn't miss any other questions. But guys, as always, I've had a fabulous time talking with you guys. Again, I know that slow times they're kind of scary, especially when we've had things as busy as it's been for the past few years, and then things slow down. But again, this is normal. If you missed my video from last month, where I talked about the slowdown in the mortgage industry, make sure you check that video out. Again, there is a link to that video in the description box of this video. And I also, guys, encourage all of you in this time, since things are a little bit slower, go back through your signing agent profiles. You probably have a profile on signingagent.com. You probably have a profile on SnapDocs, maybe Notary Cafe, Notary Rotary. Go through all of your profiles. Make sure that they are updated. Check out my mistakes video. I've got 2 videos, and again, they're down in the description box. Mistakes that I saw signing agents making on their profiles. You want to update your profiles, guys. Now is a great time to do it. And you want to make sure that you're avoiding some of those mistakes that I saw on profiles. So make sure you check out those 2 videos. Get your profile up to date. You may even put in your profile that you updated it today so that as people are looking through profiles, and since so many other signing agents are getting out, that they know that you are still an active signing agent. And then let's see, are my classes still open? Absolutely. My Signing Agent Advanced Training Program is constantly going on. You can join at any time. Like I said, in 2 hours, I'm actually going to be doing a live Q&A, my monthly live Q&A for my exclusive and elite students. So if you sign up today, you'll be able to join that Q&A that we're going to have going on in just a bit. The training is self-paced. You can go through the training as quickly or as slowly as you like. Like I said, you get 2 sample document sets with explanations on just about every page. There's mock closing videos in there, because that's another thing that people are always nervous about. What does it look like in a signing? Well, I've got mock closing videos, so you can see exactly what I see, what I say and do in every signing. You can sign up at any time. Let's see, Miss Yvonne. Yes, Yvonne, just shoot me an email at signingagentbasics@gmail.com. But if you just look through your email, you would have gotten a class confirmation email when you first signed up. You're just going to follow the steps in that email. But if you want to just shoot me over an email, I can definitely help you get back into the training. Let's see, how would you recommend I find a mentor? So I tell people all of the time, anybody. So first of all, I'm gonna say this, and people don't like this. Don't expect anybody to train you for free. When people say they want a mentor, they're usually looking for someone to train them for free. You may get lucky and find somebody who's willing to do that. But the reality is their time is valuable, just like your time is valuable. So I first of all wouldn't expect to find someone to mentor you for free. The second thing is look at their track record. If there's somebody like me who has an online training, look at their videos. Are their videos that they give you on YouTube helpful or not? Is their style of teaching working for you or not? If you just send them an email to ask a question outside of the training, do they respond back to you? You really, guys, have got to invest in yourself and invest in training. Somebody else has got a question, and I'll kind of combine these 2 questions together. So, is marketing in my course, and how much does my course cost? So yes, my course starts at only $199 for my least expensive level. Guys, most of y'all are expecting to make 100 plus per signing. So for the cost of one signing, you can get training to help you get started, which is to me very, very reasonable. And then, yes, I do teach marketing in my course because that is a big part of being a successful signing agent. So there's a 2-hour module on direct business. And then in several of the Q&A sessions, I've gone in depth and in detail and answered more questions about how to get direct business. So to find a mentor, to find training, again, look at the free resources that they provide to you. See if they're giving you good information for free, and then make sure that the way that they communicate and the way that they teach works for you. Because here's the deal, guys. The reality is everybody who's a signing agent isn't a good signing agent. Just because somebody is willing to teach you does not mean that they're teaching you right. So you want to make sure that what you're learning and who you're learning it from is the information that will help you to be successful. Hopefully that answered your question. All right, guys, I don't see any other questions on here, but of course, if you're watching this on the replay, or if you think of some other questions, feel free to put them in the comments or in the chat. I'll be more than happy to go back and check out those questions and give you answers. Again, if you have not already done so, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell. But guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. I'm going to see you guys next month. Have a productive and profitable day.